Hey, what's going on, Basement Gas fans? Today we're going to look at how you can sound like Adam Jones again from Tool, or any of your other favorite guitarists in a really low budget, simple way. And I'm going to talk you through it step by step. My name is Jack, and I still have a serious case of gas. Around 2 months ago, I did a video on how to sound like Adam Jones from Tool using 4 different methods. And first of all, thanks to everybody for the feedback. Lots of interesting conversations transpired, and that's why I'm doing this, to interact with other musicians. So I appreciate the support. But something I also noticed was that one of the popular methods was actually one of the cheapest. So that got me thinking of doing actually another video on how to record guitar using a very basic setup. So a very reasonably priced audio interface, and perhaps not a Gibson Custom Shop Les Paul. Obviously, if you're using 3 amps and an expensive guitar, you're gonna have trouble not making it sound good. If you know the riffs and you have the skill, then it's probably gonna sound good. I mean, the best sounding, personally, I think, was obviously with 3 amps. It just sounds full, it's epic, it's dynamic, it's really good. But not everybody has access to that kind of gear, so this is why I'm doing this video. And what we're gonna be using is an M-Audio Fast Track guitar interface, and this plugs straight into your computer, and your guitar goes straight into the back, and you have also an in and output there for studio monitors if you want it. And I've tried this out, and you can get these for about $50 off of eBay. I couldn't find any of this specific one on Reverb, but they have other M-Audio stuff. For the price, it's a really sound device. It's USB 2.0. You can do some great recording with it. And I'm not going to be using a Gibson Custom Shop or anything like that. This is a guitar I got at my local music store. It's a made in Indonesia. It's a Quintus guitar. You can try Googling it. I don't think you'll find that much, but it's got EMG pickups in it. And this cost me about $280 or euros, and it's actually still one of my favorite guitars, and it just sounds great. And I suppose it's sort of like on the same price line as Epiphone, perhaps. But yeah, so I'm not going to be using any expensive gear, and yeah, we're going to be using Positive Grid, Bias Effects, and Audacity. Audacity is completely free to download. It's a digital audio workspace. And Bias Effects, they've got a holiday deal at the moment, so excluding the guitar, including what we'll need to get the sounds we want, for example, Adam Jones, it's going to cost us, at the moment of the recording, $100. So this, let's say if you get this off of eBay for $50, and the deal that Positive Grid currently have, $50 or $49, under $100, and you're able to do some riffing, just jam out using your headphones or speakers, and also you can record. So let's have a look. So before getting to Audacity and Bias Effects and actually recording through your audio workspace, we're going to need to get to the audio interface. And like I said, we're using the M-Audio Fast Track for guitar and mic recording. And what we'll need is obviously on the back, and this is using a USB 2.0. So it's simply one of these cables. So this goes into the audio to the actual audio interface, and this plugs into your computer. So very basic audio USB 2.0. And then this goes into the guitar jack here. So plug and play, and the other end goes into your guitar. That's it. And on the front, you have a audio or a headphone output and stereo mono. We'll just keep that on mono for now. And that's pretty much it. You just plug that into your computer, and the next steps we'll have a look on the actual screen. So first of all, we're going to look at Positive Grid and here Bias Effects. So if you just go to positivegrid.com and go to Software and Bias Effects, this will open it up and gives a brief description of what exactly it is. And if you go to Buy Now, it will show you Bias Effects Standard and Bias Effects Professional. For now, we're just going to be using the Bias Effects Standard. Now, like I said, this is currently on sale for $49. A limited time offer. This is during the holiday season. Otherwise, it's roughly $99, but you can most of the time get pretty good deals. So if we just go to download, I'm already logged in, of course. So otherwise, you go through the purchasing thing. And I've got here Bias Amp, but we're looking at Bias Effects, because this is where you create a full signal chain with an amplifier and effects pedals. And if you go to download, it will show you Windows and Mac operating systems. So if you're using things like GarageBand or Pro Tools, obviously go for this Mac. And I'm going to be using Audacity. I'm using a Windows system, obviously. Now, important here is to use the 32-bit Windows version, because I tried installing the plugin to Audacity using the 64-bit. It didn't work. So this is important. I downloaded the 32-bit and it's no problem. So I've already downloaded it, but otherwise just download it, and it will take you through a normal step-by-step install process. So it's just follow the steps. It's very, very simplistic. And second of all, we're going to look at Audacity. So if you go to audacityteam.org and then to download, let's go to Windows again. We have for example here, the Audacity 2.30 installer. It's 25 megabytes. Very quick installer. So here are different, this would be the Windows installer. We just click on that, and then it's already opened here, save or run. So then you just install it. So we're on Audacity now. First thing what we'll need to do is we'll need to add or remove the plugins. So currently I actually have it installed, so what I'll do is I'll disable it for now. So this is what you want to see in your list. If you're not getting this, please let me know. I'll try to do a troubleshoot or something for you. But normally if you install it step by step on your computer, and you make sure that this file, the biaseffects.dll, is something like in this folder. There should be a folder VST plugins. Then you should be okay. And then once you select that and you click enable, you'll have it in there. And so the end result should be that in effects here, that bias effects also shows up. Okay? Now, the next step will be just setting up your audio interface and actually doing some recording with it. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to record straight into Audacity, just a clean track, so no effects or anything. So I'll just click record here and just start playing. So let's go back and just listen to this. You'll just hear probably a very clean signal. Okay, so just a very clean signal. This is perfect as a starting point when adding now bias effects. So I'm going down here, effect, bias effects. It will open up the interface. And once that's open, you'll see just some standard presets already in here. The factory rock, for example, the default crunch, rage in the name. So it's got some sort of artist-inspired presets here. Monkey Wrench, I'm guessing that's kind of a Foo Fighters sound, so let's just hook that in. And I'll press play again, and we'll get this signal chain. So we actually have to click apply first to the signal. Let me try this again. So just quick info, something that I forgot to do is you have to select the channel and then go up to effect and bias effect. So if that happens to you, then you know why. So quick solution there. And as you could hear, the clean signal is now going pretty much, it's like it's going through this amplifier and EQ. I'll just put in some reverb there. So yeah, that's the sort of the monkey wrench sound. Now, what one can also do is, I have these two banks here. This is, for example, to save some presets that I find in a sort of this cloud-based system. This is signal chains and presets that people have come up with and have uploaded to the Bias Effects cloud. And what one can also do here is search. So I'm going to search for something like Mastodon, for example, if I can spell it correctly. And here we have the Blood and Thunder kind of sound, Mastodon live tone. I'm going to try the Blood and Thunder one. So you just click on it and you can download this, and you can select one of your own banks. So I'll put this in bank 2. And it's as easy as that. You've got it now. We can go home and go to bank 2, and I'll select Blood and Thunder. And this should be interesting. Okay, that doesn't sound quite right. Let's try something else. I'll try a Mastodon build. This is one that I've actually tried out. So just to get a rough idea of all the different sounds that you can create and find, obviously one can create one's own noise gate. One can create one's own signal path as well. You can even make it a dual or a single, and then you can obviously add effects in. I'm not going to add any vintage fuzzes or anything in here, but you can just see that it's pretty much endless what you can get. And now I'm sure a lot of you have come here to see what kind of Adam Jones tones you can get out of this. So that's what I would start off with. Literally just create a very clean signal with no effects or anything, and then you can just try out all these different options that you have. The possibilities are pretty much endless, and yeah, that's pretty much how you can record with it using Audacity, which, as I said, it's open source, completely free, so that's fantastic. That's probably the best thing about it. Plus, it's a great tool to really start diving into audio production and recording. It's the tool I started off with, and it's definitely one to recommend now. I'll close this up. Now, if you just want to sort of sit in front of your computer, grab your guitar, and just sort of jam out a little bit, you can just open up the desktop app. Oh, see, I've already got my guitar hooked up, so it automatically just finds the audio interface. If not, you just go to settings and audio settings, and here you put the input device. I've got the microphone fast track, that's the audio interface. And yeah, we can just hear we've got a Jimi Hendrix tone. I'll put something in that's maybe a modern gent tone. Let's see how this sounds. Whoa, okay. So there's a noise gate in there as well, which is cool. So you can probably tell I'm not a gent player, but if you are, there you go. I mean, I think that sounds absolutely cool. It might actually inspire me to try out some gentiness. So you can put some headphones on, or you have this running through your studio monitors, or just normal speakers through your computer, and yeah, you can just jam out all you want. And as I said, you can find some presets through the cloud system. And if you want, you can add some additional effects. So, yeah, that's it. That's how you can riff out, sound like some of your favorite artists. Currently, for $49 is what Positive Grid are offering. I think normal price is $99, but always check out to see if they've got good deals going on. And recording through Audacity, which is free. So, I think that's a great setup for somebody who's starting off. So, thank you very much. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please like and subscribe to the channel. The more support I get, the more I feel encouraged to do videos like this. And if you have any questions about the setup or how to install something, any questions that I'll be able to answer, I will. And I try to respond quite quickly. This is sort of like a troubleshoot kind of thing for me, so I'm willing to help any way I can. And this kind of segues into my gas leak of the week. Is a very important tip, especially if you're going to be using headphones to listen to yourself. In the past, I just used, I don't know, like Sony or Philips in-ear headphones to record myself or to listen to myself. And then I finally upgraded to some proper studio headphones, and you notice a huge difference. These ones are the ones that I would recommend. They got some fantastic reviews and aren't too expensive, around 120 euros or dollars. And these are the Beyer Dynamic DT77 0 or 770 Pro. 770. I think it's probably the 770 Pro. I like these. To be honest, these are the first real studio headphones I've tried out, but it makes a huge difference. So I can only recommend them. It doesn't have to be from this company, but just try out some studio headphones. I think you'll notice a huge difference. Anyway, my name is still Jack, and I still have a serious case of... It's not plugged in. Not plugged in gas. Does that mean you have a gas leak if it's not plugged in? Gas leak plugged in. Anyway, enjoy.